The 28th Indian ambassador to the United States of America, Taranjit Singh Sandhu. Did you think that you lose the election?
23,000 ਹੋਰ ਵੋਟ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਤਾਂ we would have made it.
The President Trump is such a great friend of India. Then tariffs, late. What's happening in the last 6-7 months?
It's important to tackle President Trump. I've had 30 years of experience. You think this relationship was built up over one day? Relation between him and Prime Minister Modi. There's a personal chemistry there.
Country which makes all the noises without having anything is Pakistan.
Pakistan, the Prime Minister, was very keen to get invited to United States. And look how many times the President of United States and Prime Minister Modi spoke.
China plays a very, very strong role in the world.
For years they kept quiet. Today they are flexing their muscles when they have acquired the strength. During the height of COVID, gave me a call one day. Can we get certain stains from India? Because we want to run them against our vaccines.
Darbar Sahib, which the only non-guru a building is named, that is your grandfather. This is the Samundri Hall.
A history see.
Your grandfather was a founding member of SGPC. But why do you say SGPC must have forgotten?
You need to ask the current SGPC, why is that book not in print?
तो ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਖਬੀਰ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਿ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕੁਝ ਕਰੀਏ?
Personal relations ਤਾਂ personal relations ਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ. You are actually creating an asset. ਵਿਕਸਿਤ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਦਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਠੱਗੀ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਕਸਪਰਟ ਹੈ. Look at the situation of Punjab today. Development is the dying need.
About 1.5 lakh crore has been invested in Punjab.
1.5 ਲੱਖ ਕਰੋੜ ਇਨਵੈਸਟ ਹੋਇਆ. ਇਹ ਪੈਸਾ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ?
Amritsar is a border state. Drugs ਦਾ issue ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ overnight ਥੋੜਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ. Next year is very crucial. Punjab gets into elections. Whenever BJP puts their own candidate in Amritsar, they lose. कुछ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ sir. In today's podcast, we have the 28th Indian ambassador to the United States of America, Taranjit Singh Sandhu. IFS retired last year, and then he got a ticket from the BJP from Amritsar as the member of parliament. He lost the election, but he has had a deep impact in Amritsar and in the state. He's a very celebrated figure, and we wanted to talk to him, have a conversation in 2026, where so much uncertainty is there geopolitically with the US-India relationship, with tariffs and other things, and we thought there's no better person than Mr. Sandhu, Ambassador Sandhu, to talk about geopolitical issues, his legacy with Amritsar, and varied other issues about politics, about public life, and more importantly about Punjab. I really hope you enjoy this conversation. And जो आपको सब्सक्राइब का बटन दिख रहा है, मैं हर बार बोलता हूँ अपनी इंट्रो में, आप प्लीज़ इसको सब्सक्राइब कर दो यार. Our intention is very clear to get meaningful and impact-driven content हमने बनाना है. And I hope you support us and you really enjoy this conversation. Taranjit Singh Sandhu on the journey with Simarpreet Singh. The 28th ambassador to the United States, Taranjit Singh Sandhu, welcome on the journey with Simarpreet Singh. Thank you, sir. We've been a lot of back and forth as we follow up kar rahe hain, and thank you for doing this and thank you for coming on our podcast.
Thank you, Simar, and thank you for making me realize that I was the 28th ambassador.
So, sir, we've, I've been extensive research we were doing and lots happening. We're today recording in February of 2026.
Do share that research with me also.
वो भी है sir, कुछ ना कुछ questions तानु पूछांगे. But Feb 26, India is a very different place right now. The world is, so we'll come to the geopolitical issues. We'll talk about foreign. But ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ sir, ਦੋ ਤਿੰਨ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ. ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆਨਸਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹਨੂੰ. But sir, regret ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ to get into electoral politics after retiring from IFS. Do you regret joining electoral politics, and did you think that you lose the election? Because Asita, we were all very hopeful considering your deep legacy with and relationship with Amritsar that you'll win.
Look, I never thought I'll get into politics, but it was one profession to another where you are actually interacting and serving the people. Now, democracy, and that's the strength of democracy. You win or you lose. Ultimately, you need to convince the voter. And perhaps somewhere I needed to put in more effort, if I may say it gently.
But sir, just double clicking on this for a couple of minutes. Normally, people choose a much different route. They get elected to Rajya Sabha, spend some time, and electoral politics is a very different ballgame altogether. When we talk about Lok Sabha, it is direct public dealing, understanding. So, matlab, why didn't you choose the easier? I'm not saying easier path, but still a much lesser, tougher path. If you might say.
देखो सिमर, the Lok Sabha path also teaches you. You look at the situation of Punjab today, and look at the situation of Amritsar. Development is the dying need. If we don't catch up, the world is moving somewhere else. Punjab, which was a very progressive state, Amritsar, which was established by Guru Sahib. And look at his thinking. He brought in traders. He was forward-looking. We need to get there. Having seen the world, I had a vision. Whether people accepted it or not, maybe it was ahead of its time. But actually, it's not just कि बाहर जाना चाहते हैं. बाहर जाना है, they go with skills. If you don't have the talent, you will not find place to stay anywhere.
Well, I was actually thinking, we were chatting downstairs also, that the BJP jinx, there's a BJP jinx, whether it was Arun Jaitley ji or, Hardeep Puri ji, both candidates that lost. And do you think there's a BJP jinx that whenever a BJP puts their own candidate in Amritsar, they lose? Kuch to hai, sir, BJP and Amritsar, the connection, or you tanu lagda hai ki nahi?
Well, there have been a number of BJP candidates who have won in the past. And ultimately, again, as I pointed out to you, it's important to draw attention to the development of Amritsar, irrespective of which party you come. And don't forget that in 2 months, I was able to give much more competition to my main opponent.
Mr. Aujla, na?
Yeah.
I think 20,000 votes, eh? Kitna si? 20,000 to 20, you lost by what?
23,000 ਹੋਰ vote hundi, then we would have made it.
Yeah.
So, from 51%, he came down to 28.
28%.
Again, the issue is irrespective of parties. At the end of the day, for the people of Amritsar, and there are huge opportunities. If I tell you 150,000 visitors come every day, that's a huge number. Look at the kind of links in tourism. If that visitor is converted into a tourist, Amritsar can prosper. So we need to look ahead. We need to look positive.
So to see positive ho, and just again like last bit, and then sure. Because I want to touch base the legacy part, your grandfather, everything. But what's the way ahead now in terms of next year is very crucial. Punjab gets into elections. So do you think that I'll wait for another 4 years into politics, or wait as it comes?
I'm not seeing it as politics.
Okay.
We have a organization called Vikshit Amritsar.
Yes.
We are quietly doing work on the ground. Safai Vikshit Amritsar is doing. We have, of course, challenges of getting, because of FCRA, it takes time to get foreign funds. But these are not really foreigners. These are former students of Amritsar Medical College.
Around the globe.
Yes. And these ones, particularly from the US, from Washington, D.C. area. Imagine if it spreads, how much of investment can come in. So we are just about to sign an MOU between Guru Nanak Dev University and Maryland University. And Maryland University has the best AI center in the United States. So they will train virtually, without any payment, existing students from Guru Nanak Dev University in AI. So
and that's your relationships.
And this has no investment by government of Punjab or anybody else.
Your relationships?
So, small things everybody can do. So, one is still...
Talking about Guru Nanak Dev University, your father was the founder chancellor?
That is correct. Sardar Bishan Singh Samundri, he was the founder, vice chancellor of Guru Nanak Dev University. Before that, he was principal Khalsa College, Amritsar. And I don't know, many people may not realize, but Guru Nanak Dev University was established in 1969. And at that time, it had Center for Science, Center for Historical Studies, Center for Biological Studies, cross-cutting centers. It was far ahead of its time. And it's a public university which also serves a lot of people from rural Amritsar.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, sir, when I said that our research, we've done extensive research, and one thing that really, for me, stood out, you have different avatars. I know you don't like people call you as a politician, but when you get into electoral politics, you are a politician, right? Whether it is your ambassador, when you were the Indian ambassador to US, your IFS journey. Out of all this, the thing that stood out for me is your grandfather, is the legendary S.Teja Singh Samundri, the only person, and I honestly, sir, I don't know, मैनू नहीं पता सीगा पहला है कि दरबार साहब which in Guru Golden Temple, the only non-Guru is, if a building is named after any non-Guru, that is your grandfather. This is the Samundri Hall, right? ਦੱਸੋ ਸਰ ਯੰਗ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਯੂਥ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ ਵੀ ਵਰ ਟਾਕਿੰਗ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਮਾਸਟਰ ਤਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਆਲਸੋ I want to spend 5-10 minutes talking about his life, his values and the impact that he had on you.
Look, it's a very, very humbling experience, and I'm glad that you are talking about Sardar S.Teja Singh Samundri, because he's certainly revered, because as you have said, that he's the only ordinary Sikh jide ਨਾਂ ਤੇ Darbar Sahib complex we have a building named in his memory. That's a recognition of his service and his sacrifice. And I think it's very important for our people to know what kind of tradition our Sikh leaders came from and what kind of service they gave at that time. You know, he belonged to Sariali. We got our land in Samundri Tehsil. That's why
Sariali ਤਾਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਚ ਹੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਨਾ ਜੀ
Sariali Taran ਚ ਹੈਗਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਚ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਜੱਦੀ ਪਿੰਡ was that, but my great grandfather was in the British Army and he retired as Saldar Major, which was at that time one of the highest ranks. And he was allotted 5 murabbas, which was a lot of land at that time, but in Samundri Tehsil. And ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਦੋਂ my family's wealth came from there. Sardar S.Teja Singh Samundri joined the British Army because of the clout of my great-grandfather. But within 2 years, after 2 years, he left and started doing social service. So it was not that he was an unemployed youth. He had what at that time was the best service which Sikhs used to get, that is in the British Army. Us time di aur khas taur te our youth should know that the real transformation in mass Sikh involvement in Indian national movement came between 1920 and 26.
26, yes.
There were 5 important morchas or agitations.
Yeah.
Guru Ka Bagh,
Yeah.
Darbar Sahib, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਬੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, ਰਕਾਬਗੰਜ, ਜੈਤੋ, ਨਾਭਾ. These were successful non-violent movement. Guru Ka Bagh morcha ch.
Movie ਚ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ sir ਕਿ Guru Ka Bagh is mentioned.
Yes, if you see Gandhi
this mentioned
picture,
na?
absolutely. There's a picture of that. Sikhs are coming in a line, British soldiers on horseback.
That's your grandfather?
Hit them. and they are taken in stretchers. 500 लोग उस टाइम वो अमृतसर डिस्ट्रिक्ट है. That was the first time when the masses, because I want to just remind you that ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ Sikhs used to all join the British Army. And also, there was a resentment against the Sikh elites because of Jallianwala Bagh and ਮੋਰਚਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਦਾ. ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਡੈਥਸ ਹੋਈਆਂ.
This is 920,
This
26.
is
20 ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਨਾ?
20 ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਰਾਊਂਡ 20.
18,
ਉਹਦੇ
90
ਤੋਂ
that's
ਬਾਅਦ
what's here.
ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਕਾ ਬਾਗ ਮੋਰਚਾ ਸੀ, that was a very successful non-violent ਮੋਰਚਾ.
Before actually non-violence started.
ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ ਦਿਖਾਇਆ ਕਿ non-violence ਦੇ ਥਰੂ they can succeed. And ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਕਾ ਬਾਗ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਚਾਬੀਆਂ ਵਾਲਾ. ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀਆਂ ਚਾਬੀਆਂ ਹੈਂਡਓਵਰ ਹੋਈਆਂ. ਰਕਾਬਗੰਜ ਦੀ ਕੰਧ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਫਾਈਟ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਤੀ. ਸੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਮਾਸਸ joined and it was a very disciplined. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਗਜ਼ਿਸਟਿੰਗ ਉਦੋਂ 4-5 ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਠੂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ. ਉਦੋਂ ਐਂਗਰ ਸੀਗੀ. ਬਟ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਤੇਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਲੀਡਰ ਸੀਗੇ. ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਬੜੀ ਹੰਬਲ ਔਰ ਬੈਕਗਰਾਊਂਡ 'ਚ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲੇ. ਲੇਕਿਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਮਾਸਟਰ ਤਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੇ ਲੇਖ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਲਓ. ਉਦੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਰੁਚੀ ਰਾਮ ਸਾਨੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਸੀ, ਟ੍ਰਿਬਿਊਨ ਦੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਕੋਰਸਪੋਂਡੈਂਟ ਸੀ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੈ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਫॉर ਰਿਫਾਰਮ ਆਫ ਸਿੱਖ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾਸ. ਉਹ SGPC ਨੇ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ. ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਅੱਜ SGPC ਮਾਈਟ ਹੈਵ ਫੋਰਗੋਟਨ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਇਟ. That book needs to be reprinted and brought out to attention of all our youth. And Professor Ganda Singh had edited that book and it's in English.
But why do you say SGPC must have forgotten this? Because
Because it's not in print.
But your grandfather was a founding member of SGPC.
Well, you need to ask the current SGPC why is that book not in print? That's all I'm saying.
Which book are you mentioning about?
There's another book on Sardaar Teja Singh Samundri that is published by Guru Nanak Dev University in 1975. This I'm talking about a book written by Professor Ruchi Ram Sani. It is called Struggle for Reform of Sikh Gurdwaras. So coming back to Sardaar Teja Singh Samundri, ਪੰਜ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬੜੀ ਸਿਗਨੀਫਿਕੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਉਦੋਂ. ਪਹਿਲੀ democratization, ਜਿਹਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ we talk a lot about it. First time Sikhs got a right to vote, including Sikh women. Sikh women got right to vote in the SGPC Act. 1926 they were voting. The British women got the right to vote in only 1927.
Wow. One year later than before.
So Sikh women got the right to vote much earlier. That's our proud history. ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ empowerment ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Second, education. Sardaar Teja Singh Samundri established 2 schools in Sariali. Sariali is one of the biggest villages. 22 villages have come out of it in Taran district. Those 2 schools till today stand, including women. So we talk of women empowerment,
now,
youth empowerment. You know, 4 generals have studied in Guru Gobind Singh High School Sariali. That's the proud history. But it was established in when? 1917. Aj 2026 hai. Look, Sardaar Teja Singh Samundri, 6वीं class pass, understood the importance and value. And last, Dalit empowerment. We hear so much about it. The Dalits in Sariali and the area came to Sardaar Teja Singh Samundri. This was perhaps around 1920-21, and said, "Okay, we are not allowed to go to the well and draw water." Sardaar Teja Singh Samundri led them, made them draw water, and he was the first to accept that water. So, ਇਹ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਸੀ. ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੱਕੋ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਤੇਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਹਾਲ ਹੈ.
So I saw a picture, iconic picture they say, right, where there is Master Tara Singh also in that picture, And there is, your grandfather was not there because apparently the government said at that time कि उन्होंने heart attack आ गया, but उन्होंने picture रखी हुई है and आसपास after जब they were freed all those 10 prisoners, they won the election. Tell us about that. वो की हैगा?
It was like this that, after the success of these morchas, the British arrested about 51 Akali leaders, took them to Lahore jail. There was a Lahore conspiracy case before Bhagat Singh.
Okay.
And finally, all that resulted in the formation of the SGPC as well as Shiromani Akali Dal. Now, except for 11, all the other Akali leaders under British pressure gave up and came out. Only 11 leaders were left behind in the jail who said, we will not compromise. And that included S.Teja Singh Samundri, who was the leader, and it also included Master Tara Singh. S.Teja Singh Samundri died at the age of 43 years in mysterious circumstances. Master Tara Singh ne likhya hoya. He was only 43 years old and the British said he had a heart attack.
1926.
This is 1926.
Correct.
And immediately after that, all the 10 were unconditionally released and the British, being clever as they always were, announced SGPC elections so that the Sikhs are divided. So this group of 10 came out and by overwhelming mandate in the memory of S.Teja Singh Samundri, they won the SGPC elections. And that photograph is taken. It's his photograph in the middle. All the 10 are sitting around, including Master Tara Singh.
This is iconic history lessons we're doing.
And
wow.
एक और चीज तो मैं चाहता हूँ, very interesting, including all the leaders today need to listen to this. There was a case in Privy Council, which SGPC had to go and appeal. For that you needed 1.5 lakhs. 75,000 rupees was what SGPC was able to collect. And S.Teja Singh Samundri apne 2 murabbe gehne paye and he filled the other 75,000. That's how we got 1.5 and we appealed that case. Look at today's, I don't need to say anything. After he died, SGPC won that case. And the SGPC leadership said, first, return this money to S.Teja Singh Samundri's family. When the SGPC came to return that money, my Tayaji, Sardar Sahib Singh, he said, "Et Bapuji ne, he gave this to SGPC. We don't want a pie." We did not take. Those was the kind of integrity of the people of that time. It is not important S.Teja Singh Samundri या कोई और. वो जड़ी integrity है, सानू साडे youth नू वो याद करनी चाहिए है. That is important for us. That should come in today's public life. Those were the kind of people, remember, they fought the British. It was not independent. And all the leaders, Madan Mohan Malviya, Motilal Nehru, C.F. Andrews, Swami Shardanand, they have all written on that. The Guru Ka Bagh Morcha, that is recognized. And the respect of the Sikhs in Indian national freedom struggle went many, many times higher.
One, again, trivia, Punjabi history. And we were just chatting. You mentioned that Master Tara Singh got the name Master. Story batao, sir, please. It should come from you.
Teja Singh Samundri was instrumental in establishing 2 schools in Sarihali, Taranj, and 2 schools in Lalpur. Master Tara Singh was persuaded to become the headmaster of the schools in Lalpur. Master Tara Singh, S.Teja Singh Samundri ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਸੀ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਡੈਥ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੋਟ ਆਈ ਹੈ। ਮਾਸਟਰ ਤਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਕੋਈ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਤੇਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ। He wrote that his entire life is a life of a martyr. ਮਾਸਟਰ ਤਾਰਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਮਾਸਟਰ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਪਿਆ।
Wow. Sir, you talked about integrity, you talked about the current situation. I just want to slightly digress and drift to 2026 also at the same time. Sir, you talked about, we should ask SGPC why that book is not there and integrity, etc. But sir, on the personal front also, Sukhbir Badal ji is your classmate from Sunar, right? You guys, ek pyar hai, ek rishta hai. And BJP and Akali have been like always together, right? What is your 2 cents on that, sir? मतलब ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਖਬੀਰ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੇ ਸੁਖਬੀਰ ਬਾਦਲ ਨੂੰ ਕੌਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਯਾਰ ਚਲੋ ਕੁਝ ਸੌਟ ਆਊਟ ਕਰੀਏ ਯਾਰ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕੁਝ ਕਰੀਏ। ਆਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਇੱਕ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ, ਬਟ 2 parties which have been together for so many years, you're a diplomat also, ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ you can act as a great bridge.
So yes, certainly, Sukhbir is a very dear and old friend. We went to school together. Harsimrat is also a very close family friend. Her grandfather and my father were classmates.
Acha.
So personal relations ही रहंदे हैं. Bikram is like a younger brother. I've seen him actually in shorts. But again, political is a separate part. What I am focused on and what I keep asking, I'm not criticizing SGPC, but I'm only asking them to think. If Sardar Teja Singh Samundri could establish schools in 1917, isn't education a very, very important and a critical issue? And SGPC has the resources. Now, if I tell you, this may also be surprising. SGPC used to give a scholarship. And do you know that Pratap Singh Karo, Sardar Swaran Singh, Sardar Bhutta Singh received SGPC scholars to study in the United States?
I didn't know this.
Look at the progressive history.
Just sponsoring the entire education, go to the US and come back and...
They were important sponsors. So you are actually creating an asset. Today, the youth in Punjab, more than anything else, 1917, 2026, education is the most important investment that we can make. You mentioned about Sardar Bishan Singh Samundri. Education. Very, very. Sardar Bishan Singh Samundri and his wife Jagjit Kaur Sandhu went to Ohio State University in 1956 and returned in 1958. How many people went to United States and stayed on? But they came back and they served here. Everything doesn't need to be advertised.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't need to be shouted upon. It's important to act. And if we don't act today, and which includes SGPC, which includes Sukhbir, which includes all
no clean chicken.
Investments.
Yeah.
Investments must be made. They owe it to the youth of Punjab that the youth must be skilled. Education for degree's sake doesn't mean anything.
Anything today.
But education must have skills.
Yeah.
Our institutions, universities must equip themselves with ability to skill the students. Then wherever you go in the world, you have value. You give value to that country, to those people. And they will also value.
So what I'm visualizing that next 2020, next year we go into elections, right? Punjab goes into elections. I visualize that, because you're a world-class diplomat, that you playing that role of the alliance coming together. Is it the possibility? Or you want to comment on that?
Whenever you ask me a political question, there are so many people who are qualified.
Yeah.
There are so many people who have responsibilities. Let them think of the bigger Punjab development issues. I would certainly invite them, irrespective of which political party if I have some talent, if I have some experience. Had I not got that opportunity, I wouldn't have known where the world is moving. But since I know, I'm willing to share that. I'm not
Fair
saying
enough.
ki,
Yeah, fair enough.
give me this position, give me that position. All I'm saying is please focus on the development of the youth. Because if you don't, your children are going to suffer.
So, sir, the diplomat phase of your life, right, the IFS, before we touch base that IFS journey, and I'm really interested to ask you a lot of US-India relations because, you've had excellent relations with Donald Trump, with Joe Biden, with our Prime Minister. But before I touch base, you spoke about your mom just as we were coming and recording, and you said that your mom did PhD in US, came back 2 years, and I just asked you that she would have been so proud to see you जब आप ambassador बने. Tell us about your mom a little bit, and then we deep dive into the diplomat and the IFS Taranjit Singh Sandhu.
Thank you very much. Like everybody else in Punjab, the women play the most important role. ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਮਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਰੋਲ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਰੈਕੋਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ. My mother also played a very significant role. As I told you, in 1956, she went to Ohio State University and did a PhD in 2 years. Even today, it's impossible. And she did not stay there, she came back and finally became principal of Government College for Women, Amritsar. She could have become professor any time. My father didn't open a geography department in Guru Nanak Dev University because he knew that my mother was most qualified. And it will not surprise you. Even ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਡੀ farm ਸੀਗੀ ਖਾਨਕੋਟ ਪਿੰਡ 'ਚ, my mother used to take care of that. So, like any of our mothers, she played a very significant and important role. And you are right. She died in 1990.
IFS you joined 1988, na?
I joined in 88.
So she saw you.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
In fact, I stand corrected. She died in 1991. And unfortunately, she couldn't visit me in any of my countries. I was posted that time to the then Soviet Union. I came out of Russia, went to Ukraine and established a new embassy.
So your first posting was Soviet Union?
Was the Soviet Union.
88.
I went into Soviet Union and came out of Russia, went straight into Ukraine and opened the new embassy.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਮਿਲ ਗਿਆ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਹੈ 88 ਸੋਵੀਅਤ ਯੂਨੀਅਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਸੀਗਾ? How is it? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ because there are a lot of issues I want to talk about.
So
88, 91, tell us.
I went into Soviet Union in 1990. I will narrate a very small incident to you. Look, I went from GNU, and in GNU we always have a huge vision for Soviet Union, and we thought that's the end of the world, that's really progressed. But when I went there, I asked a taxi driver. Gorbachev was much in story at that time. And I said, what do you think of him? And here is a classic example from a very simple taxi driver. He said, Gorbachev, and that time he used to talk of glasnost and, perestroika. That is, perestroika was reconstruction and glasnost was actually on the information side, sharing with everyone. He said, it's like this. There was a building standing, and Gorby, they used to call him, Gorby destroyed that building and doesn't know how to rebuild it. I think that'll answer. There were islands of excellence in Soviet Union, but that military application did not come to the civilian side. So the civilian side was deeply unhappy. I think at some stage
that was the downfall.
That
And of course, US also played that. United States also played their own role at that time.
What happened, Simar, that we love conspiracy theory. If you have vulnerability, somebody else will certainly exploit it. So, sab to pehla, it's important
true.
that you strengthen yourself.
अपना तगड़ा तो बार वाला था
बिल्कुल.
cannot bother you, no? And then Ukraine was 91.
I went in Ukraine in 1992. We opened a new embassy there. Ukraine at that time was led by President Kravchuk, who came from Western Ukraine. Ukraine had two parts, Western and Eastern. Just
Both
similar
agriculture,
problems.
both agriculture driven.
The eastern part was iron and coal country,
Okay.
more under Russian influence.
Okay.
The western was the agricultural
Agriculture,
economy.
correct.
That was more under Polish influence. So even today, that division is around. But the interesting part at that time, and that's why India is a marvel. Look, we always do balancing. At that time, the then Ukraine used to have the president from Western, the prime minister from Eastern. Somewhere along, that balance got broken. The great powers perhaps did not keep that balance, and rest is all.
Yeah. And did you visualize fast forward to 23, 22? Did you visualize that Russia-Ukraine war? Do you feel that? Well, I just feel, sir, what I'm asking is that जो powerful ਹੁੰਦਾ ना, sir, the actual power ਹੁੰਦਾ कि to not fight. The fact that you are in a room and then you know that you're the most powerful person in the room and you choose not to fight, that is real power.
Look, what you are saying is definitely true, but it may not be correct for me to comment because it's still a current issue.
चल रहा है हाले भी. पर हाले तक
And
नहीं खत्म होया.
I think this entire thing was avoidable, as our Prime Minister has many times said, and many other leaders have also said, that shedding the blood is not really the solution. There are a whole lot of other problems. And look, Russia-Ukraine problem created a lot of challenges for us, for fertilizers, for food, etc., etc. So the sooner peace comes, the better.
Do you think, sir, and I know that you would be the right person, do you feel as a diplomat, as a former diplomat, do you feel that coming in the near future? क्योंकि हाले तक तो हो नहीं रहा.
Well, that's one of the priority areas for President Trump. So he has been speaking about it. I think it's a huge challenge for the world. At some stage, they certainly need to overcome that.
Talking about President Trump, you have excellent relationship with him. You shared a letter also that I think in October, your I think a brother passed away, and he wrote a letter, Donald Trump writing a letter, and you showed me that letter also just now, and he mentioned that it was a pleasure receiving you. I think in Feb of 2020 when he was still president and you were the ambassador. कुछ तो दसो सर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप बारे मतलब and how as a president you've dealt with him. And then we'll deep dive into US India.
Look, I had the privilege of working with President Donald Trump and also President Biden, and earned good respect from both of them. President Donald Trump, during my tenure, he came to India. He visited India, Ahmedabad, and he is mentioning in that letter about that. I remember when I had met him, he was, he always throws a bouncer. He did tell me that, I have an offer for you. 3 cities, 3 days, but in November.
This is in January of
This
2020.
was in February 2020, and he was to come later that month.
Okay, and March was lockdown. No?
And he was, exactly. We didn't know that time, but COVID was traveling very fast.
Okay.
And we...
So
you're
Feb
right.
2020, President Trump tells
So
you...
when I had gone to meet him, present my credentials and give him an official letter, at that time, he was under pressure for the elections, and he immediately said that, I'll come. I know you people want me to come. So I told him, look, the equation between him and Prime Minister Modi, as Ambassador Sergio Gore has reiterated now, was very good and is very good. There's a personal chemistry there. So I told him, I said, Mr. President, you can decide to come whenever, it's your prerogative, but my Prime Minister is arranging a huge civic reception for you. He said I said in Ahmedabad, and he said, Modi hometown.
Modi home.
He very much remembered that.
Right.
And I also told him that civic reception will have at least 140,000 people in the stadium. He was certainly fascinated by that, and there were 140,000.
course, yeah.
If you recall the February visit of Prime Minister Modi last year, when he went to Washington, in his comments, President Trump remembered about that event. And there was a sea of humanity to greet him. So he loved that. That visit was very successful. And in that communication, he has mentioned about that. And that is significant. He wrote on the death of my brother in October, condolences, somebody must have mentioned to him. But he specially brought in that. And that part only he could have remembered because the aids have changed over time. So President Trump was definitely a big friend of India. And if I may mention to you, you remember at that time we had the conflict with China. And I know as the ambassador, whatever assistance United States could give to India, he was certainly plus on that. And you will also recall, he wanted hydroxychloroquine. He spoke to our Prime Minister, and we gave the hydroxychloroquine. And that's also something which is well known in history. So we had an outstanding relationship with him. And subsequently, all the relationships Prime Minister Modi has cultivated for our national interest, which we must remember. That ultimately, personal relations do make a difference.
Absolutely. And sir, I think personal relations and also the time invested in that. So you say Donald Trump, the President Trump is such a great friend of India. Then what's happening in the last 6-7 months? Sir? Tariffs laate, fir वापस करता, की चल रहा है, sir? What is your 2 cents on all the audience? A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of professionals watch our podcast. They're listening to you. So is there more uncertainty in the future, or US is now they
So
balanced it?
Look, I am nobody to comment on this. There are many experts who are involved in these discussions.
Sure.
And I would not take your classifications. Yes, certainly there are challenges.
Yeah.
But there's also another side of it. It's important to tackle President Trump. And the history is only there to give us evidence that there is a warm chemistry. And therefore, it's the job of all of us, all the people who support, and especially who are empowered today, they have the responsibility to ensure that all the necessary homework is done. It's not an easy situation.
Absolutely.
The world around, there is huge economic challenges. Now we have to be mindful. We have to be mindful of our region. We have to be mindful of a lot of other countries. And therefore, and do keep in mind too, that how many countries in the world there are where Indians are CEOs of top companies. Your own relatives will be doing very well in the United States. So certain phases do come.
Yeah.
Certain stresses will come.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's the long-term
The
relationship.
ability to also rebound and to sustain those relationships matter. And I think now today, I think 3 months back and today's situation is much more better. There has been relaxation in tariffs, and in my own industry, renewable energy, a lot of these export shutdowns have been opened. So what you're saying is that challenges have to be, there has to be more diplomacy, and the second more important thing is that relationship have to be more strengthened. That is what he's saying, right?
We have to overcome the challenges. There'll always be challenges everywhere. Look, between two democracies, in a democracy there'll always be challenges. But that doesn't mean that the leadership doesn't face those challenges. Similarly, relations between two major democracies like United States and India have always had challenge. I've had 30 years of experience. You think this relationship was built up over one day. So today, there is a lot of strength in our partnership. Yes, I'm not negating the challenges. But look, strategic is only one side, Indo-Pacific. We also have to look strategically where the challenges for us come. And then there is also, we talk of healthcare. United States and India are important partners. What we call affordable healthcare in United States, India plays an important role. Similarly, IT, digital. Today we talk of AI. We talk of India has the youngest population in the world. And that youth, if it's skilled, is actually for global utilization. Remember, countries are aging. United States is also aging. Irrespective of which parties you come, you will require healthcare workers, whether you are red or blue. When your parents grow old, when you grow old, you require healthcare workers. So keep that in mind. And on education, this is something which I shared with Ambassador Go. The biggest strength of United States in India are those 300,000 students who go to study in United States. They bring value and competitive edge to United States. This strength must be preserved for United States' sake. And therefore, on the visas, definitely there is a reason for United States to ensure that these young students get hassle-less visas and are able to study there because they are bringing positivity, they are bringing economic strength to United States.
But so that 300,000 is a strength to US but a weakness to India. These are bright minds that are leaving. Can't we create more better environment in India that they stay?
I'm not against that. Certainly we need to do that. That's why I underlined education. Those educational opportunities need to be provided here. So the latest example I gave you, the University of Maryland is going to virtually help Guru Nanak Dev University.
So skilling, upskilling,
Yes.
etc. and all
So,
those kind of
but
things.
remember, we have so much of youth.
Yeah.
And that's why it's good for global good.
और पढ़ के वापस भी तो आ रहे हैं. Like I've started
बिल्कुल.
from US, my sister has started from US.
And
Yeah.
a lot of them are also starting the startups.
Yeah.
So therefore, I will not worry that much.
Sure.
And these kids, this interaction between our educational institutions, it has to be a two-way process. And I know that many Americans also want it as a two-way process.
Sure.
So on the medical side. Now, let me give you an example. One of the top doctors during the height of COVID gave me a call one day and said that can we get certain stains from India because we want to run them against our vaccines. Look, the kind of cooperation that happens
Relationship, yeah.
between the two medical care side.
But sir, in your tenure also, you mentioned that, India-US relationship is extremely important for the larger good of the world economy. Today, we talk about Viksit Bharat, we talk about to build a developed country by 2047. And you also mentioned that the investment should double to, let's say, $500 billion by 2030. My only question to you is that I understand the relationship have to be built, but sir, relationships can only be built if there is sustainability, if there is more, less of disruptions. So, do you think, sir, that less of disruption will, because the entrepreneur or the investor in India, वो तो तभी सर मोटिवेट होएगा ना कि उन्हें पता होएगा कि यार कुछ होना नहीं, इकोनॉमिकली सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है, let me invest, let me start exporting, etc.
So absolutely fair. Look,
Yeah.
trust,
Yeah.
reliability, these are very important parts for business. And there's no doubt, if there's uncertainty, the business will not come. For example, let me give you a Punjab example. Amritsar ਦਾ example ਲੈਣਾ. ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟਸ ਆਣ ਜੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟਸ ਆਣ. ਹੁਣ ਅਗਰ law and order, crime ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ, how will the investor come? Very simple thing. If you want the investor to come, the atmosphere has to be welcoming. He cannot get those telephone calls.
Frothiyan the calls and all those kind of things. Yeah.
Similarly, the uncertainty part for both the countries, United States and India. Definitely should not be there. Yes, you are asking me, are you confident? I'm confident because on what I've been telling you, that on healthcare, on IT, digital startups, on energy,
Yeah.
on education,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
including strategic. I mean, don't let me name countries, but in the Indo-Pacific strategy of United States, India is an important player.
Absolutely.
So, I am confident in that in time, that realization, and we must draw in on that realization, both countries. We also have skeptics here. Social media is full of them. But I will only say that please look at the picture realistically. We have a border. We have a country. Who supports that country? Where do the weapon systems come from? Those are questions that need to be. And how did that the country become so advanced? It got technology from somewhere.
Yeah.
So Indians are also smart. And as you said, many of those kids who go there also come back.
Yeah.
There are innovative ways of doing things. I'm not saying that the same formula has to be used. You can have skilled people going for 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then come back. Because by then those technologies also come to India.
Also evolved and, but again, sir, my gut intuition tells me that you're going to play a very important role in this relationship also going forward. You played a great role as an ambassador also, but in menu na mere ko ki kehte hai, gut feeling menu kendi hai ki we're going forward, since you've had excellent relationships also and you see the bigger picture. Maybe, sir,
So
we
look,
have a new avatar.
I got an opportunity.
Yeah.
My parents both studied, got an opportunity, did in education.
Yeah.
Had they not given me that education,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got an opportunity.
Sure.
Had I not joined Indian Foreign Service and served outside,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known. ये नहीं है कि मेरे हाथ कोई जादू है, but experience, exposure,
Absolutely.
that helps.
You talk about neighborhood. दो neighbors ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਨੇ, ਇੱਕ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ irrelevant ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ, but ਇੱਕ relevant ਹੈ, that is China. What's happening, sir? ਕੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ? It's a very
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ neighborhood ਚ ਵੀ serve ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੈਂ श्रीलंका serve ਕੀਤਾ.
Yes. Last posting was Sri Lanka, yes.
And I had the privilege of meeting the president of Sri Lanka 2 days back when he arrived. He's from a leftist party, JVP, but he remembered.
Wow.
And in my time there, I reached out to all different sides. So neighborhood is special. You cannot change your neighbors. So therefore, you must be able to tackle them.
No, कुछ तो सर चाइना बारे तो दसो ना. It's a very relevant and important. China plays a very, very strong role in the world scene
Well,
right now.
world over, it's playing. It has got itself to that. I will only say one thing. I'm not an expert on China, but if you look at their trajectory, for years they kept quiet. Today they are flexing their muscles when they have acquired the strength. I think there's one lesson that can be drawn from them, that we need to assimilate, strengthen ourselves, link up with the world, get the best for our country in national interest. And only after that.
But sir, a country which makes all the noises without having anything is Pakistan. Una bare ki hai. That's a irrelevant discussion now. I stopped discussing them now. But let's discuss for the sake of
देखो
it.
मैं तो ये कह सकता हूँ कि ਹੁਣ ਹਾਈਂਡਸਾਈਟ 'ਚ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ was very keen in 2020 to get invited to United States or United States talk to them. They didn't. Then the period from 21 to 24, not a single call.
21 to 24.
Yes,
3 years.
4 years.
4 years.
Not a single call
So I don't know this.
came that way. And look how many times the President of the United States and Prime Minister Modi spoke. These are the facts.
Yeah.
I will not deny that right now Pakistanis have been clever by half. They have certainly found an opportunity and gone in, whether it is the general or whoever. But ultimately, it's your ability to have that bilateral relationship. And as you said, Pakistan has its own challenges. It certainly needs to think. What kind of a relationship it wants with India. It should be in the interest of its people, the interest of development of the people. Prime Minister Modi has said we should be tackling hunger. That's where the focus should be, not on hiring $1 billion lobbyists in United States.
But do you think that now there are irrelevant discussion now on the table?
Look, they certainly, as far as wooing US is concerned, they have gone out of their way. But in time, the reality will again sink in. As far as India and its neighborhood is concerned, again, the neighborhood needs to know what a big advantage it is to have a market like India. That's what Sri Lanka realizes and is developing good links with India. Similarly, many of these countries can ensure their economic development by integrating with Indian economy. I'm not saying with Indian state.
Sure.
I'm just saying economic integration. So I think that answers.
Absolutely. I'll not double press on that because I've got my answer. Sir, Amritsar te aa jane thodi der. ਅਸੀਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਚੱਲ ਗਏ ਸੀ 88 ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਗਏ ਸੋਵੀਅਤ ਯੂਨੀਅਨ ਫਿਰ ਰਸ਼ੀਆ ਯੂਕਰੇਨ ਫਿਰ US ਆ ਗਏ ਚਾਈਨਾ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਸ਼੍ਰੀਲੰਕਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਆ ਜੰਨੇ ਆ ਸਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ everything, right? ਮੈਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁਣ ਨੀਚੇ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੱਖਾਂ 'ਚ ਮਤਲਬ ਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਅਲੱਗ I can see that love of ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ like you can do anything for ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਸਰ ਕੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ 'ਚ right now ਕੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਸਰ not good things bad things what's happening in ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ
ਦੇਖੋ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਰਿਫਲੈਕਟ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਡਰੱਗਸ ਲਾਅ ਐਂਡ ਆਰਡਰ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀਅਲ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਡਾਊਨ even tourism. Look, visitors come, tourists don't. Converting those visitors into tourists is very important. So people come and they run away by the evening. That should not be there. And we can convert that into, we can have not only religious tourism, we can also have health tourism. Just think, 1 million diaspora in United States only. If people know that there is good healthcare in Amritsar and Guru Nagari, people would love to come there.
Medical
there
tourism.
is a psychological.
correct.
So even
spiritually
that.
दरबार साहब चल जो वैसे ठीक
हाँ कि भाई ऐसी उससे शहर से.
Yeah.
So
that's a good
there
point.
is a huge potential, and I've often said the products of Amritsar. If we can package them and market them well, in United States itself, it will sell by thousands and thousands.
Give me an example.
Bada papad vadiya, if you package it and say product of Amritsar, it will sell like anything. Saag, at one time, Markford used to, but package it in the modern way. I can assure you not only our Punjabis, but also Punjabis across the border, they will take our products. Juttis. Amritsar di jutti. So, these are some immediate shawls. Amritsar di shawl. I'll give you one example. You know, Hero Cycle. When I was ambassador there, approached me that we want to
Munjals.
sell our
Yeah.
cycles. I asked first time, one of the big store companies there, and certainly they initially thought, I'm talking of Walmart, who will buy these cycles? So just put them in your this thing. And you know, people took them in thousands. Now, I don't...
Nostalgia.
Exactly. I don't think everybody is cycling,
Yeah.
but people love to have a hero cycle in their house.
Yeah.
That is the emotional power of Punjabis. So, think ahead. And in Amritsar, I used to say even, chalo aapa United States di nahi gal karde. My agriculture products, Patharnak. Patharnak is a product only produced in Amritsar. It is a hard form of nashpati. It's very green. Last 3 months, no chemicals. It's very juicy. It's full of iron. If I can market it well in UAE, Saudi Arabia, we will get at least 15 times the price. You check the prices. Similar is the case with vegetables. You know, Lula Group, it's a big
Lulu Group,
department,
yeah.
Lulu Group.
Yeah.
They came
Massive.
to Amritsar and they said that they would like to get a collection center. Now, people who are empowered, it's their responsibility. And people of Amritsar should hold them accountable. That's why I find there's a whole lot of scope. Now, people may think that you are only talking in air, but these are issues which touch people. And lastly, education. There's nothing in the air. Artificial intelligence is the future. If our children are not educated in that, and I'm talking of application of artificial intelligence, not theory of artificial intelligence. If we don't educate our children, then you can keep saying कि Taranjit Singh Sandhu हवा च गल करदा सी तुहाडे बच्चे सफर करनगे, and the people who are in the leadership should be held accountable for that.
So, are you talking about Mr. Aujla only?
No, I'm
Well,
not.
leadership to toh hi hai.
Gurjeet is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about individuals. It's everybody's responsibility.
Mr. ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਤਾਂ AAP ਹੈ in power ਵਿੱਚ ਮਤਲਬ
Yes,
state,
certainly.
yeah.
He has to take the crown of responsibility.
Correct. Because
No,
the head of state
you
ही
should
लेगा
be
responsibility.
actively pursuing. Even me, I'm willing to help. As I told you, in my private capacity, I'm helping.
Sure.
But I'm not the elected person. That's the rule of the democracy. The lead has to be taken by the elected government and the elected leadership.
But you talk about money, sir. We hosted Sanjeev Arora recently, the cabinet minister. I found him very good, sir. Very, very forthcoming. The data shows, sir, about 1.5 lakh crore has been invested in Punjab. So ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਪੈਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਪੈਸਾ ਤਾਂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਸਰ 1.5 ਲੱਖ ਕਰੋੜ ਤਾਂ ਠੀਕ ਠਾਕ ਹੀ ਪੈਸਾ ਆਇਆ ਹੈ.
ਦੇਖੋ ਮੈਂ ਸੰਜੀਵ ਅਰੋੜਾ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ. I'm sure he's a very progressive person. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ 1.5 ਕਰੋੜ ਇਨਵੈਸਟ ਹੋਇਆ, ਬੜੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ.
1.5 ਲੱਖ ਕਰੋੜ.
1.5 ਲੱਖ ਕਰੋੜ ਇਨਵੈਸਟ ਹੋਇਆ. I think it's for everybody to see the results. And we will see the results. If we are only talking of figures, you know, startups are the future.
ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ
All over India, startups are coming. If they are not coming, ਤੇ ਪੈਸਾ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ? ਹੁਣ Amritsar has taken a lot of money from the smart city projects. Please take a look around. Is Amritsar a smart city? Then why? ਇਹ ਪੈਸਾ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ? Integrity ਤਾਂ ਬੜੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ. ਵਿਕਸਿਤ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਦਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਠੱਗੀ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਕਸਪਰਟ ਹੈ.
What do you mean by ਅਸੀਂ?
ਸਾਰੇ ਪੈਸਾ ਕਿਤੋਂ ਆਉਣਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਫਟਾਫਟ ਲੈ ਲਓ, ਬਟ ਟਾਰਗੇਟਡ ਪੈਸਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਐਂਡ ਉਹਦੇ ਰਿਜ਼ਲਟਸ ਦਿਖਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ. ਨਾਓ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਟੈਲ ਮੀ that you were a successful ambassador in the United States, well, the results show. Or there was something I achieved in Sri Lanka, the results speak. So all I will say is that it's very good that investment has been made. It should have been made much earlier, but results will speak. And if the results don't speak, then Mr. Arora and others should be held accountable.
So one thing which I don't like talking about जब मैं पंजाब ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਡਰੱਗਸ. ਮੈਂ ਪਬਲਿਕਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਮਤਲਬ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਬਟ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਸਰ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਟੇਟਾਂ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਵੀ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਫਿਲਮਾਂ ਉੜਤਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਐਂਡ ਅਦਰ ਫਿਲਮਸ, ਮੀਡੀਆ ਆਲਸੋ ਗਲੋਰੀਫਾਈਜ਼ ਅ ਪਰਟੀਕੂਲਰ ਥਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਸਡਨਲੀ ਯੂ ਟਾਰਗੇਟ ਵਨ ਪਰਟੀਕੂਲਰ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਔਰ ਸਟੇਟ, ਔਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਸਟੇਟ, ਰਾਈਟ। ਉਹ ਮਾਝਾ ਏਰੀਆ ਸਾਰਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਬੜਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਏਰੀਆ ਨਾਲ, ਬਟ ਸਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਅਨਇੰਪਲੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉੱਥੇ ਪਿਛੋਕੜਪਨ ਵੀ ਐਜ਼ ਕੰਪੇਅਰ ਟੂ ਲੈਟਸ ਸੇ ਮਾਲਵਾ ਏਰੀਆ ਜਾਂ ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਛੋਕੜ ਹੈ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਰਾਈਟ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੋਰ ਏਰੀਆ ਨੂੰ।
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਐਡਵਾਂਸਡ ਹੈ, ਮਾਲਵਾ ਪਿਛੋਕੜ
ਹੈ।
ਹੁਣ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ
Right. You're absolutely correct, right? GNDU being there, and that's the reason was this, right? See, education, healthcare was all great there, but sir, ਮਤਲਬ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਸਟੇਟ ਹੈ, ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਰੱਗਸ ਦਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਐਵੇਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਓਵਰਨਾਈਟ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਜੀ?
ਸੋ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਰਾਈਟ। ਲੁੱਕ, ਇਹ ਓਵਰਨਾਈਟ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਰੌਲਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਕਾਫੀ ਚਿਰ ਦਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਵੀ ਆਰ ਹੀਅਰਿੰਗ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਇਟ ਫਰੋਮ ਸਕਸੈਸਿਵ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟਸ। ਲੁੱਕ, ਆਈ ਐਮ ਨਾਟ ਅਗੇਨ ਗੈਟਿੰਗ ਇਨ ਟੂ ਥਰੋਇੰਗ ਮਡ ਔਨ ਪੀਪਲ। ਆਈ ਐਮ ਸੇਇੰਗ tackling this problem intelligently. It has been tackled in many other countries. We can certainly follow the example. Now, one part is the law and order part. That, of course, the governments are responsible. And you can hold them accountable. But there's also the correction part, which you are talking. One, we can get the correct drugs, meaning correct medicines to tackle it. For example, United States has a successful nasal drops that has worked there. It's called Nexalon. The manufacturer is none other than a Gujarati American, Chintu Patel. And I know he's trying to bring that medicine in India. I think Punjab also needs to take a lead. I had spoken to Chintu Patel. And he had promised to establish a factory in Amritsar. I think Punjab government needs to take initiative in that.
Because ਜੇ ਹੈਲਪ ਮੰਗਣਗੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਦੋਗੇ ਨਾਲ?
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, definitely ਕੋਈ ਵੀ, whether it's Gurjeet Aujla or Bhagwant Mann or Mr. Arora, definitely for Punjab, Amritsar, whatever experience I have will certainly help with that. So I've given you one example. Another important issue, as you said, you must have employment. And in that, startups play an important role. And for Amritsar, I've already told you that tourism-related startups can start very quickly.
Unicorn ban jange raaton raat.
Exactly. So, in that also, rather than seeing ki X party da hai, Y party da hai, I think there needs to be a focused attention.
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੜੇ ਸ਼ਰੀਫ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਹੋ?
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, in fact, during the elections,
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਐਵੇਂ?
During the election, somebody told me that ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ਰੀਫ ਹੋ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਯਾਰ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਸ਼ਰਾਫਤ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਬਦਮਾਸ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਹੈ? ਸਿਫਤੀ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ। ਤੇ now we want more and more people with education, with clarity of thought to join politics. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਰਾ ਕੇ ਭਜਾਓ ਨਾ
ਸਰ। ਡਰਾ ਕੇ ਭਜਾਓ ਨਾ ਇਜ਼ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਬਹੁਤ ਏਜੰਸੀਆਂ ਸਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਡਿਵਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਰਹੀਆਂ। ਐਂਡ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਦੈਟ ਆਈ ਡੋਂਟ ਲਾਈਕ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਸੰਦ, ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਹੈ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਪਾਰਟ ਹੈ। ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਕੁਛ ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਐਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੱਖਰਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਇਹ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਉਹ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਸਰ, ਮਤਲਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਇੰਨੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤਾਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਸੰਦ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਇਹ ਫੈਕਟਸ ਹੈ, ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਦੀ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਆਫ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਦੈਟ ਦਿਸ ਸਟੇਟ ਡਜ਼ ਟੂ ਦੀ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਐਂਡ ਦ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਟੀਫਿਕੇਟ ਦਾ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਜੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ। ਬਟ ਸਰ, ਦਿਸ ਕੇਸ ਆਲ discussion about Khalistan and election ਵੀ ਜਿੱਤ ਗਏ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟ ਖੜਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਕਿਵੇਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਸਰ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਮਾਝਾ ਏਰੀਆ, ਇਸ ਏਰੀਆ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ। ਹਾਊ ਡੂ ਲੁੱਕ ਐਟ ਦੈਟ?
ਦੇਖੋ, ਮਾਝਾ ਤੇ ਹੈ ਹੀ, ਪੰਜਾਬ ਇੱਕ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲ ਏਰੀਆ ਹੈ।
ਟਰੂ।
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਕਰੋ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਆਊਟ ਆਫ ਸਿਲੇਬਸ ਬੋਲਾਂਗਾ।
ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸਰ।
ਸਾਡੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਨੌਨ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਬਣਾਈਏ। ਮੈਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਦਾ ਕਿ ਬਈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਇਲੈਕਟ ਹੋਇਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਲਈ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ? ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਠੇਕੇਦਾਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ you call them whatever names, please tell me what they have done for the education in Punjab, for the development in Punjab. The day they can speak on that, then they will have right to at least say something. Try and sell dreams to actually make money yourself. That is a bit unfair. ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਇਹ ਠੱਗੀ ਮਾਰਨੀ ਬੰਦ ਕਰੋ because unfortunately we have got to such a situation that the present people owe it to their children to ensure that Punjab goes towards the development side because we are a progressive community and I've told you, I've given you the history. Look at the history of S.Teja Singh Samundri and the people who led the movement at that time. ਅਗਰ 1917 'ਚ ਉਹ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਇੰਸਟੀਟਿਊਸ਼ਨਸ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਡਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੋ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਇੰਸਟੀਟਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਸਕਾਲਰਸ਼ਿਪਸ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਨੇ AI ਦਾ ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਦੂਜੀਆਂ ਡਿਮਾਂਡਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਸੁਣ ਲਓ ਉਹ ਤਰਨਜੀਤ ਸੰਧੂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਤਰਨਜੀਤ ਸੰਧੂ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਤਰਨਜੀਤ ਸੰਧੂ We are talking of S.Teja Singh Samundri, his contribution, Sardar Bishan Singh Samundri, his contribution. Taranjit Singh Sandhu ਦੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ contribution ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸੀਗੀ ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਮੈਂ again I don't throw mud on anyone. I am again drawing the line. I am telling you that we are losing big time. It's time to start focusing on education and many of the problems which you have said. We can overcome them. Now, in that, if you are settled abroad and you have that exposure and experience, use that. Start doing things for your own villages. Education, scholarships, AI, ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਇੱਕ ਮਹੀਨਾ ਛੁੱਟੀ 'ਚ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਉਣ ਇੰਸਟੀਟਿਊਸ਼ਨਸ ਅਗਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਕਾਲਜ 'ਚ ਇੱਕ ਮਹੀਨਾ ਲਗਾ ਦਿਓ talk to those students. Today I went to Punjab University. Young youth, I love talking to them. They also enjoy listening to me. They are not issues of Khalistan raised there. They want to know how to succeed. अगर किसी को अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है पहला वो तो शेयर करो
ਬਟ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਸਰ ਕਿ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਆਈ ਟੈਲ ਯੂ ਅ ਸਮਾਲ ਇਨਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਆਈ ਵਾਜ਼ ਇਨ ਬੋਸਟਨ and I wear my beautiful turban everywhere. This is pride for me. And ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ 'ਚ ਗਏ ਉਹ 4 ਦਿਨ ਬਾਅਦ ਤਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਾਲ ਖਾਣੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਕਾਲੀ ਦਾਲ ਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਚਲੋ ਐਂਡ ਦੇयर ਵਾਜ਼ ਅ ਗਾਈ ਦੈਟ ਕੇਮ ਅਪ ਟੂ ਮੀ ਐਂਡ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੇਮ ਅਬਾਊਟ 50 years ਬੈਕ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਗਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਇਨਸੀਡੈਂਟਲੀ ਫਰਮ ਤਰਨਤਾਰਨ ਓਨਲੀ ਅਤੇ ਐਵੇਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਜੀ ਬੜਾ ਹੀ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੋਣਾ ਜੀ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਮਤਲਬ nobody is talking about ਕੋਈ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੋਈ ਮੰਗ ਤਾਂ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਹਾ do you also think that this is more of a media hype than actual ਇੱਥੇ ਕੌਣ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ I don't come across people maybe ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿਣਗੇ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ go through ਕਰ ਬਟ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ 'ਚ ਵੀ I don't think so people are talking about this
ਦੇਖੋ when I was in United States I often spoke to the diaspora there including the Punjabi diaspora let me tell you something that both in Canada and in United States today there's a huge challenge for the community. Forget India. Even there, larger Indian Americans, the minorities, they have a challenge. And that challenge will be overcome by underlining what contribution you're bringing to those countries. Now, I used to often tell people that, Punjab has a very competitive politics. You come and see here, nobody needs any guidance from anybody else. ਸਾਡੇ ਸੁਪਰ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਨੇ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਸੁੱਟਣੀ ਹੈ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ we don't require any guidance from outside. But the people outside who are successful, they need to ensure that their children are getting top class education and are contributing. Now those stories in the Western press, in New York Times or Washington Post or Fox Channel, those stories people need to hear what they are contributing. If there is a turbaned guy who is a top scientist, certainly get that story out, because the people around should see
Motivate them,
what
inspire
what
them.
kind of contributions
As a
they
community
are
we are
making.
doing. Yeah.
And once they have done that,
Yeah.
then they can bother about a lot of other things. That's
very,
why.
very positive point to put it. So ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਵੀ appointments ਹੈ, but I'm just concluding it. 2027, Mr. Taranjit Singh Sandhu is electing again. Ticket मिल रही है जी. You're contesting elections again. विधान सभा तो कर रहे हो, की कर रहे हो सर?
मैं तो कुछ नहीं किया सिमर तू कह रहे हो यार मैं तो तेरी 20 no I'm talking to you about 2026 2027 2028 let us focus on the development of the people for our children's sake,
Yeah.
irrespective of elections. If somebody talks that language, why don't people believe that? Because I am seeing it because I've seen the world.
Yeah.
And I
that
can see
exposure
where
can
we are
be-
missing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether Taranjit Sandhu is there or not is irrespective.
Yeah.
Our focus must come back. And we must become the progressive state, the progressive community we were.
Absolutely.
And that is why it's important to read S.Teja Singh Samundri's life. Because what that man did at that time for the community, for the country, is something we all can learn about.
Sir, my last segment is the Prime Minister Modi. You've worked very closely with him. I know you've had a good working relations with him. How's he to work with? Kuch sade viewers nu dasso, sir, your interaction with the Prime Minister, his vision, and ki lagda, sir, he's been at the helm since last 12-13 years. Next 2-3 ਸਾਲ ਹੋਰ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਟੈਨਿਓਰ ਦੇ. What do you feel? ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਰ ਜੇ ਅਗੇਨ ਰੀ-ਇਲੈਕਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ. What do you have to say about the Prime Minister?
Look, I will not claim that I know him the best. There are lots of other people. But yes, certainly I worked in United States earlier as Deputy Ambassador, then as Ambassador to Sri Lanka, then as Ambassador to United States in a very challenging time. I can certainly say that he looks in the future. Even in my case, he got me here and made me contest elections. It was a far thinking. Now, people may not be able to get that far thinking, but that doesn't stop him from thinking. He brought a person who he felt was very successful in the United States for Amritsar on the development model. And similarly, look, I will not negate challenges, but he is one person who can certainly face the challenges and look ahead. Politics is politics. There'll always be a political side of it. But along with that, you also need to have a vision for taking the people ahead. And similarly, in Punjab, in Amritsar, we certainly need to look ahead, irrespective of whether Taranjit Sandhu is contesting or not contesting. It is my home. It is my home state. We all have a responsibility.
Yeah.
Nobody can stop me from coming home,
Yeah.
irrespective of whatever they may say.
But ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਦ ਆਊਟਸਾਈਡਰ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ?
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਸਾਨ ਦਾ ਸੀ I said that. I said, look, when somebody serves in Fauj
Yeah.
or army for 35 years and comes back,
Yeah.
do you call him an outsider?
Of course not.
Then I also did a service, a different kind, but I also served my country.
We started with this conversation with the legendary S.Teja Singh Samundri. We'll end the conversation with him. Let's dedicate this conversation to the great man he was. Sir, one couple of things you want every Punjabi youth should learn from your grandfather ਉਹ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਵੀਲ ਕਨਕਲੂਡ ਇਟ ਸਰ.
Service, humility, and willingness to face hardship for benefit of the community, of the area. Look, he got into the British Army. He could have continued there. The great reputation of my great grandfather, and he had joined the same regiment. But he left that, came out, and actually devoted himself to the welfare of the. There are numerous examples. Look at the book published by Guru Nanak Dev University in Punjabi in 1975. There were a lot of opportunities when he was asked to become the president. He never accepted positions. But in every morcha, in every struggle of that time, read Master Tara Singh's Alekh. S.Teja Singh Samundri was a reliable person. That is his strength. I told you in education, in empowerment of women, in empowerment of youth, empowerment of Dalits at that time. And finally, putting my family property at the service of the community. Those are the lessons which we need.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਨਾਮ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਾ, ਮਤਲਬ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੁਣ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਰਨਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੰਧੂ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਨਾ. ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ
ਦੇਖੋ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਮੇਰੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਐਡਵਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੰਧੂ ਤੇ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਦੋਵੇਂ. ਹੁਣ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੇਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਈ ਸੀਗੇ. ਤੇਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਲੈਲਪੁਰੀ, ਤੇਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ. ਅਕਾਲੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਟ੍ਰੈਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਰਨੇਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਖਦੇ, ਉਹ ਇਹ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਸੀ. ਮੇਰੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਲਿਖੇ, ਮੇਰੇ ਮਦਰ ਸੰਧੂ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਸੀ, ਮੇਰੇ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਨੇ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਲਿਖਿਆ, ਮੈਂ ਸੰਧੂ ਲਿਖ ਲਿਆ. ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ. ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਨੋਮਨਕਲੇਚਰ 'ਚ ਘੱਟ ਜਾਈਏ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਆਬਜੈਕਟਿਵ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲੀਏ.
ਸਰ, ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਐਨ ਐਬਸੋਲੂਟ ਪਲੇਜ਼ਰ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਫॉर ਡੂਇੰਗ ਦਿਸ. ਐਂਡ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਿਸ ਦਿਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਲਾਈਵ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਇਹ ਪੋਡਕਾਸਟ ਨੂੰ, ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਅ ਲੋਟ ਆਫ ਪੀਪਲ ਵਿਲ enjoy, learn, inspire. Thank you, Ambassador Sandhu, for doing this.
Thank you very much, Simar, and wish you the very best. I hope I am able to get my message to the young,
Absolutely.
the youth.
Thank you for doing this, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.